Hey everyone, John here! And one of the biggest games on Nintendo Switch 1 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. But there are some problems, and they've always been there. And the biggest thing for me is load times. It takes forever just to start the game up. And so one of the very first things I wanted to test on Switch 2 is how much quicker it takes just to boot the game from the Switch menu. And the results are, for Switch 2, 47 seconds, and this is on a game card, the exact same game card as Switch 1's using on the exact same save, and for Switch 1, it's 2 minutes and 4 seconds, so drastically faster. 47 seconds is still not exactly quick to boot the game up, but it is considerably faster than Switch 1, more than 2 times. But what about those with the digital copy of the game? Can they load even faster? Can they take advantage of the brand new storage in Switch 2? And the answer is yes, but not quite as drastic as you may think. So these are both on Switch 2, and Steve's digital version launched in 43 seconds, whereas my physical version launched in 47 seconds. So a 4-second difference, not as drastic as, twice as fast, but still, it is a difference all the same. But how about just getting about the island? Let's go in the museum and see how long every room takes to load. Well, going back to the game card versions, we can see that Switch 2 takes 1.9 seconds to load the museum, whereas Switch 1 is 4.8 seconds. And then just going to the next room, Switch 2 1.7 seconds, Switch 1 4.2 seconds. The next room, Switch 2 2.8 seconds, Switch 1 5.2 seconds. So just going in and out of every room is about twice as fast on Switch 2. And if you're wondering if the digital version is even faster, it is, but marginally. Getting into the museum takes 1.9 seconds in the game card version and 1.7 seconds in the digital version. From there on, we see very similar differences in time. We're talking about 0.4 seconds each. So there's definitely still a difference, but nothing too drastic. Now, if you were someone who really went all out and decorated every tile of their island, you probably have quite a few frame drops just navigating around. I tried this dream address here. You can visit this island yourself if you want to. And over on Switch 1, it's not so pretty. And keep into account for some players, this is the entire game. If you've gone all the way out and made your island as robust as this, you are now stuck with bad performance. So, does Switch 2 power through and make your islands now a stable frame rate? The answer is yes. This island is now a locked 30 FPS. So if you are someone who really put a lot of time into New Horizons and made your island really busy, it should now run well. No longer live in fear of the frames. The frames are yours now. Now, one thing that's always bugged me is when playing online, the game pauses for around 45 seconds to introduce each player, because they're loading the entire map themselves. So is this faster on Switch 2? First off, playing on a Switch 2, I invited a Switch 1 player, so we should get their load times. And we got around 44 seconds to load. And now we're inviting a Switch 2 player, and interestingly, the exact same time. So I think this joining screen is actually an animation and not really a load screen. The Switch 2's probably loaded this way beforehand, but it's got to go through this animation regardless. So it's a shame that we can't get through that. We've still got to wait quite a long time to just invite players into our island, and that sucks. But as a whole, New Horizons is so much nicer to navigate. Those busy islands now run at 30 FPS, and just going in and out of doors is so much more seamless. I hated being in the museum in the Switch 1 version because it takes so long to load, and if you're really deep in, multiple doors, just getting back outside can take you, 2 minutes. That's not really the case anymore. I do hope when Animal Crossing actually gets a native Switch 2 game that load times are just better than this in general, but this is still such a vast improvement compared to the Switch 1 version. So how are you feeling about Animal Crossing New Horizons? Let us know in the comments below, and keep tuned for a lot more Switch 2 coverage. I'm talking a lot more. It never stops. It's never gonna stop. We'll be doing this until the day we die. I'll be 90 and covering the Switch 2, and everyone's gonna be saying, John, we're on the Switch 9 now. I'll be like, no, I still need to test Resident Evil 5. I still need to see if the frames are higher. Bye everybody. Catch you later.